Hi Leo, I hope you're all doing well. So a couple things coming through for you already. The first thing, and this is not to scare anyone off, but the first thing that came through was the Devil card. And I feel like this could represent Capricorn energy for some of you. But what I want to tell you about this Devil card energy that's coming through is that there's a barrier between this energy and something that is very significant and important to you. So this Devil energy is unable to impact or affect something that you're passionate about, something you care about. There's been a barrier put in place, an energetic barrier, or maybe you've drawn some kind of boundary with someone or something. And I actually saw this barrier like this. It was very weird. I don't usually get drawings like this when I channel messages. So it feels like something was initially very tangled up. You've managed to untangle this energy, and it makes more sense to you now. And as time goes by, it gets more and more untangled. But there's something about these threads of energy, of memories, of stories, of information that, like, there's multiple layers of them. The threads keep getting untangled, and it's like they're lying next to one another. And this is creating some kind of barrier between your dreams, your aspirations, what you're working on, and then this Devil energy. I know it's super abstract. You kind of have to visualize it, these threads. And these threads might take the color red in your mind, or perhaps even blue, because I'm seeing this blue line here in this card that is in your supportive position, which is positioning. So I'll talk about that in a second. But I also got that you're going to have a chance encounter. And it feels like this chance encounter is something that is going to give you a new perspective or a new outlook on life or yourself. It's poetic in a way. The word poesia came through, and I didn't know what that was, but it's Spanish for poetry. So maybe that means something to you, but maybe there's a chance encounter with someone who is unlike you at some level. Okay, it's poetic, this chance encounter. It's for some of you, it's almost like poetic justice. So I'll read more on that. We'll find out what that is. But this encounter is protected from this Devil energy, and I'm going to find out what that is too. So some of the other messages I got here is that you should follow the moon cycles and support and feed and encourage your imagination. The card for your reading, the overall theme of your reading, is moon. It says darkness on it. And I love this card for you because behind her is the sun, lightness, which is you, Leo, your ruler, the sun. So when moon comes out, whenever that happens in your reading, there's a theme of balance, of being in balance, coming into balance, and acknowledging the multidimensional nature of existence and also of yourself. You're not just one thing. Life is just not one way. There are multiple shades and experiences and everything in between light and dark. Things aren't black and white. Yeah, it's like these threads. There's like vectors, channels, different iterations of energies that you've been moving through and working through. Sounds very kind of like abstract and esoteric. Maybe you're doing some studying in that realm, or, well, this is about your imagination, using your imagination to envision how you want to move through this timeline. Your imagination is the place that we manifest from. It's also a place that we can channel from. So don't be hesitant or scared to use your imagination. Imagination is not just making things up. It's tapping into inner wisdom, symbols, archetypes, knowledge that we've collected and gained over lifetimes, over centuries of ancestral knowledge. So when we dip into our imagination and we pull something out, we're not just pulling something out of thin air, making something up. We're actually accessing these inner channels of knowingness that exist within. So I feel like whatever you're doing, Spirit wants you to actively work with your imagination and know that your imagination is connected to source consciousness. It's connected to the divine. The devil energy would have you believe that imagination equals falsity or equals delusion or equals lying, something negative, and it's not. Your imagination is divine. Now there's also another message when it comes to imagination and memories. The energies that are presenting an obstacle for you, 5555, maybe there's a challenge going on in your life right now. A challenge, a change. Okay, a challenge and a change. Compassionate memories. So memories are interesting because we never remember something exactly how it was. In fact, we never really experience something objectively. Everything is subjective. We always apply our own meaning, our own experience to our present moment. I could be sitting in this room with someone else and they could have a totally different memory of what happened here than I would, right? But when we look back or we think back or we feel back into our memories, oftentimes we change them. We do, not often, we always do. We change them. We add things in to fill gaps. We make meaning out of things that we didn't before, or we strip meaning from things that used to have meaning for us. And so I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to think about the ways that imagination has played a role in some difficult memories of yours and how you can use it productively to heal some memories. Can you go back and remember something differently? You don't have to change the facts of what happened. That's not really the point. It's more of adding what you wish maybe could have happened, or I'm seeing a key, adding in how do I say that? Like something, how do I say that? It's like something secret or a key or an Easter egg, in a memory for you to find. I don't know what that means exactly. But it feels like there's some difficult memories that you're sorting through or that exist, as they do for all of us, and that we're always working through, that you should apply some active imagination around to help heal something. Okay, so positioning. I'm seeing this spine here, and we just had a message. Who was it for? 1 second. It was about a backbone, Libra. So you could have Libra in your chart, or maybe there's something about Libra energy that's important to you, the energy of justice and balance. But I'm seeing a message here about your strong backbone. Something about your sacral chakra could be important too. What a beautiful card. I like how this almost looks like a window with the sky peeking through and some light rays. Oh yeah, these are like the lines. I'm seeing the threads. Interesting. Okay, so positioning. I feel like this has to do with the moon's positioning. The moon in your chart, the way it's positioned, or maybe it's the transiting moon, like where the moon is now when you watch this. Wherever the moon is positioned in your chart, whether it's your natal moon placement or the transiting moon placement, it's supporting you. So you might want to do something in 28 days, or maybe count back 28 days from now. What happened? There could be some information there for you. But I feel like you're positioned in the right time and in the right place to receive and to change something for yourself. Like I said, you could be seeing 555 or 7 on this card here. Okay, so let's see what else we get, Leo. I want to find out before we get into the tarot, more about this chance encounter and also the devil energy. Chance encounter, wayfinding. Yeah, you're going to find your way through a chance encounter. I'll put all the names of the decks in the description bar below, but this is probably one of my favorite oracle decks. It's one of the most stunning decks I've ever worked with. Like, not just the images, but the feel of it and everything. The text. Maybe there's something that you love that you'll find in this chance encounter. It's meant to be in your hands. You're meant to encounter it. Okay. There's also something about a school here I'm seeing. Maybe an elementary school or memories of school, childhood perhaps. Being on the... Oh, there's the barrier, right? You're like on the other side of this fence. Something is fenced off from you. Okay, well, let's find out. What is this? The devil card. The devil energy. So when the devil card came through, I saw it in my mind's eye. So let's see. Which is interesting. It's not actually out on the table, which could mean something. Maybe something's, not directly affecting you. It's just in your mind, in your consciousness. The void. The devil is the void. Let me take a look in the book and see what the void is all about. I hope you've been doing well, Leo, and your birthday went well if you're a sun sign Leo. You can watch this for whatever placement you have. I don't have any personal planets in Leo, but Leo rules my 10th house, 10th, 11th house. So sometimes I watch it for career. If I'm working with a bunch of people, I'll watch Leo to get some details of what I should be doing. Okay. The void. The void. I just saw something about Vesta, which could be something you're interested in with astrology. That is maybe my one critique of this deck is that I find it hard to actually find the cards sometimes. Okay. But that's probably just me in the way that my brain works. Okay. Whatever happens during reading is part of the reading, so these may be some of your thoughts as well. Okay. The void. Meditative tipping points, transcending, letting one's identity slip so far beyond their mind that they find it again but whole. If this card is pulled, it may indicate one's ego is obstructing their view. One's ego is obstructing their view, the barrier. Now, this could be your own ego is obstructing your view, your imagination, or your creative pursuits. That definitely could be a possibility in this reading. It probably is for a lot of you. And or someone else's ego is obstructing their view of you. And this keeps coming through in different signs. So I feel like it's a collective energy that as we've moved through Lionsgate and the portal, we're like on the other side of something or someone who would like some access to us or to you. And there's an obstruction, and it's an egoic obstruction. And I did Taurus's reading yesterday. It's interesting, these last few readings are kind of woven together. Taurus had a reading that was talking about somebody feeling like they know them and can access them, but they can't. And I'm picking that up here too for you. The Devil card. You've untangled yourself from something, and there's a barrier now between you and this thing, a past energy, a situation, a workplace, a family member, a love thing. And the barrier to access you is someone's own egoic attachment, maybe to control, I don't know, maybe to their shadow. Okay. And then for those of you where you feel blocked creatively, or maybe psychically, intuitively, have a look at your ego, untangle something that's going on in there. Find out, what does my ego really want right now? And it's not that it has to be bad what your ego wants. It can be very positive what your ego wants, but ask why. Okay, I want this, but why? What is that doing for me? How is that serving me? And just asking those questions will begin to untangle something and unblock you. You really don't have to do much other than become conscious of your ego, which can be a lot for some people, but for whoever I'm connecting to today, it's not hard for you. Maybe you've just been thrown off track lately. A lot of people have no idea how to even see their ego, confront their ego. I mean, it's cool, but it's not cool, but you know what I mean? You can, Leo. So some of you just need to say, hey, ego. Hey, you egomaniac inside of me. What is it that you're trying to do here? How is this serving us? Is this serving us? Where might these desires be coming from that are not of the light, that are not supporting us, that are putting us into this dark place? Disruption. Yeah, for those that's resonating with, this is a disruption for you. Okay, anything else here? No, I think that's good. So let me see wayfinding, since it's right here. This card is associated with feelings of being trapped or blocked. The card asks you to get creative in order to find a way over the wall and discover your own path. Search beyond what you consider familiar and forge onward with cleverness, imagination, and grace. The path forward may not be obvious, but this card encourages you to visualize where you wish to be and begin to think of ways to get there. Take a moment to envision your goal and search in your mind for one step to take. Begin the journey towards it. Yeah, I feel like there's a solution for something that's bothering you, and it requires your imagination. Perhaps you should go back in time and think about the last time you did get yourself out of a jam or a funk, because you can do it again. What did you do? I bet it was something creative you did. Yeah. Now, I still stand by the message that there is a chance encounter that will help you find your way. Okay, let's get into the tarot and see what else comes through for you, Leo. Some of you maybe want to go to the beach if one's around you, or watch videos of the ocean. Okay, that's just coming in. The Magician. Maybe work with the water element. Have a conscious shower is what I'm hearing. Have a conscious shower. Maybe think about the ways that the water is cleansing you, clearing you, also depositing imagination and creative force into you. Get your mane wet. Okay. We'll do 3 more, Spirit. I'm seeing 222 on the clock, and it's August 22. So, oh, and there's 2.2 thousand likes on this video with this music playing. So Taurus also had 2s in their reading. I'm hearing a big signpost. There's a big message for you somewhere. Like in shining lights. It's hard to miss this message. Spirit message. Maybe you see something out in your travels, on your walk, or when you're driving. I said I was going to do 3, Spirit. See the King of Wands upside down and the Knight of Wands in the upright. some of you are going to travel somewhere new, like to a new part of your city or a new part of the grocery store, I'm hearing. A new grocery store. There's a message there. I don't know. It's like a sign or like a label or something. Okay, let's see. Leo's overall energy. Okay, let's get all the cards out and see what we're working with. Immediately as I'm pulling these cards, and I'm kind of looking at them, but not really. Like I'm looking at the images, but I'm not looking at what the cards are just yet. And it feels like it's not yours. It is, but it like immediately I feel removed from it. Maybe you're not feeling like yourself lately. Or the messages you're receiving don't feel like they're meant for you. What is this I'm feeling? Oh, yeah, well, hello. The Hierophant. 9 of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Empress. What is going on here, Leo? Because I feel like these cards are you, very strong, very intuitive, very wise, very collective, very creative, holding authority in your own life, going through many, many challenges. I'm seeing a ring of fire here, jumping through rings of fire. Don't lions do that in those terrible, awful circuses? Maybe you feel like you've been put through a circus of some sort. But it's kind of like you're saying, what is this? Maybe it's this message, or maybe it's something going on in your life, but it's like, what is this? I'm above this. I'm like beyond this. This feels, it's not like it feels beneath you. It's more of like a feeling of being out of place or out of time. Disconnected in a sense, not to yourself, but to something else. Okay, let's see what this message is here. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more information on these cards. So your overall energy is the 2 of Cups in reverse. Here's the upright image. Seeing Venus and Cancer, which this card is, Venus and Cancer. Perhaps there's been someone around you who's been very sensitive, hard to read. You could also be feeling like this. What's this for Leo's overall energy? It's almost like you're saying to me, okay, Andy, I know I'm protected. I know there's this barrier. I know I'm creative. I'm poetic as all hell. Poetic AF. And I've kept the devil at a distance. I've managed to untangle some things. I'm working with the moon. I understand. I'm imaginative. And now what? I don't know, Leo. Now what? Now what? You're in a place that sounds pretty good. So what are you going to do now? What do you want to do now? You're not looking for me to tell you, right? You decide what you do. What do you want to do? I feel like it's almost like you feel like, okay, yeah, but now what do I do? Maybe some of you need to go back to school or take a class, learn something here with the Hierophant, the World, Judgment. I feel like you need a little bit of a challenge. I did say that, 555, challenge, change. Chance encounter. Okay, let's see, 2 of Cups. So you're disconnecting. The key. Okay, we talked about that. The key. Okay, here we go. I'm seeing a spiral here. So what did I say? I said there's a key that you could like plant in a memory of yours. I don't know what that means though, Spirit. 2 of Cups. Maybe it's in relation to a relationship you had. I don't know though. There's a key. Okay, we need to... What does that mean? There's a key. Temperance. Six of Wands. King of Wands in reverse again. It's okay to switch tracks, change course, do something different. Might be time for that. You've had a lot of success, and it's kind of getting boring, I feel. Maybe you're losing passion for something. You have to go back and find the key in a memory. There was a time where you wanted to do something different, where you wanted to be someone different. And you can still be that. You can still do that. Something more challenging, something maybe more fulfilling even. Is there a memory somewhere where there's like a moment where you decide, okay, this is my path, I'm going down it, and like, that's it. Or like, my parents wanted me to do this, so I'm going forward, or my friends, like, I don't know. It feels like there was a crossroads somewhere back there, and Spirit's saying you can now choose the other path. The road less traveled. Okay. This reading got a little bit the ghost. Yeah, it's like we're going back to some time that you felt very decisive and like you were okay with making your decisions and what you did and the path you were on, but it's like like that decisive moment maybe is haunting you in some way. The Defender. You could feel like you're having to defend yourself to yourself, like, no, Leo, I chose this path because this was, I don't know what's going on exactly. It's hard to identify the feeling that I'm getting from you, but it feels kind of like a little bit depression, a little bit melancholy, a little bit seeing no way out, or not knowing how you can change things around at this point. It's like when you get to a certain age and you're like, okay, well, this is my life now. This is what I did. And you're looking back and you're like, I could have done so many things, but this is what I chose. You can choose other things now too. Don't let your ego tell you you can't. Some of you chose a relationship that ended up not working out well for you. And you can go back in with your imagination to that memory. That's what it is. Using your imagination, go back to that moment where you said yes to this person who didn't work out for you, and you feel like it altered your life or however. Go back into that memory and find the key and turn the door to the other path that you didn't take, where you say no to this person and a different path opens up. And if you can imagine that, if you can do that, you can manifest it. 10 of Wands for what you don't see coming. This says Lord of Oppression. Oh Lord. Let's see. Leo. Lord of Oppression for what Leo doesn't see coming. The Defender and the Victim in reverse. Is this you or is this someone else? If what this is saying to me here is that you're realizing there's a certain kind of energetic weight that you've been dealing with because somebody has been, it could be in a victim mentality. I don't feel like it's you though, because you're the high priestess and the empress. And maybe this is someone close to you and you've allowed that mentality to direct your path in some sense. Like maybe it's a parental figure keeps coming through. Even if your parents are no longer here, the way you were raised, one of your parents could have had a little bit of a victim mentality for numerous reasons that could have happened, right? No shade on them. But I feel like maybe this informed some of the choices that you made. Limiting yourself or following a pattern that you saw growing up. It could be something like that, or a love situation in which someone was playing the victim. Wisdom in reverse and divergence. Yeah, it's like following that pattern and trajectory was a divergence from your own inner wisdom. But now you're on the other side. Poetic justice, chance encounter, and I feel like you're choosing that other path that you didn't choose. It's almost like you're having two lifetimes in one. There's a new lease on life, a new contract. I feel like asking your ego all those tough questions will help you understand what this really is all about, where this energy weight is coming from. Okay, I hope this is helping you, Leo. I'm trying. The Hermit for your opportunity, it's definitely to go within. It says, Magus of the voice of light. You have all the answers within you. And you are going to find them and use your own wisdom to see you through. Heartache in reverse. Change the course of your direction. Move away from heartache, heartbreak. Continuing a cycle of it, even. There's an opportunity to get away from that. To grow and to expand. I saw Stargate here, searching for the Stargate. You visit other dimensions in your dreams. I said that to Taurus too. And bring back higher wisdom to share. This is what you're doing in your dream state. You're searching for a way out of some kind of cycle of heartache. Or maybe it's heartache that you witness around you if it's not your own. Wayfinding. You are going to have a chance encounter. Maybe it's in your dream space that unlocks a door with this key into a different realm. I'm hearing of productivity, of poetry. Know how powerful your mind is, Leo. Promised land. You have almost reached your goal, so don't stop now. Take every opportunity you can. If you've told yourself something's not possible, that's the devil's lie, because it is possible. But you have to imagine it to be possible. And you might have to go back to a formative memory and reimagine that time in order to shift your imagination now. It's a little bit quantum. Okay, Princess of Cups for your challenge. It says, Princess of the Palace of the Floods. She's topless, but then I heard coconuts. I don't know, so maybe that means something. But that's what came to mind right away. Coconuts. The hard shell. The hard shell. It's interesting. Coconut, milk. What is this? Trapped. Trapped in a hard shell. We're not allowing something to flow through. But the Princess of Cups is like it's the page. It's a childlike energy. Maybe this is your inner child. There could be an aspect of you that's trapped in a memory of a situation that didn't allow you to be vulnerable, creative, to flow freely. There could be something about a relationship with a mother here too. Seeing high tides in reverse. You may be feeling swamped, but the shore is within sight. Just keep swimming along. A lot of pressure and responsibilities were put on your shoulders. Okay, you had to carry the weight. Maybe you had to be the man of the house, the woman of the house, the caretaker in some regard here. I feel like this is a little bit of a responsibility that was given to you at a very early age. And whenever you want to like dive into something more abstract or creative or like manifest things and do all this cool shit, there's a part of you that says, no, you got to be more serious here. Don't be silly. Be more serious with what you're doing. And that can be a really good and useful approach. But I feel like that voice of, I got to be more serious or present myself more professional in some way comes from this time in your life where you had to be more serious. That was how you were valued. Your playfulness wasn't allowed to shine through. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to with the High Priestess and the Empress, Nine of Wands. It's like this, I'm serious. Mm-hmm. Interesting reading, Leo. Eight of Cups in reverse for your advice. Lord of Abandoned Success. Well, in reverse, do not walk away from your own success, from your own entitlement to enlightenment. Go back to a memory and change it. See the unfolding of your childhood maybe, or a certain experience in a different way. This will protect you, okay? And again, I'm not saying like, don't deny what actually happened. You know, we're not trying to spiritually bypass a difficult memory and etc. This is magic that we're talking about. This is alchemy that we're doing. When we go back into our memories and we plant a key, find a key, turn another door, change something, alter our reality and our course of our life in our mind. It's very powerful stuff. Very powerful. There's a protection here in being able to navigate through your inner timeline in such a way, with the Hermit being your opportunity. So give it a shot. What do you have to lose? Eight of Wands for what's going to manifest in the next 3 months for you, Leo. Lord of Swiftness. Here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. We're on our way. You position yourself correctly to find the way. Seeing mask here. Tell me more about the Eight of Wands for the next 3 months for Leo. Ring of Fire. You are being challenged to stand up for yourself and those you love while the heat is on. Hold on. Pure passion. Do some soul searching to find your true purpose. You have a special mission to fulfill. Okay, so I feel like with these two cards, it's like this was the energy you've been very focused on for a long time. You know, standing up for the people that you love and you care for, and, you know, maybe fighting other people's battles. And now, with see this big sun? Now you're being asked to turn your direction towards the moon, which is going inward rather than focusing all your energy external to other people and outside situations. Hermit, darkness, go within to find your pure passion and what you want to reinvigorate in your life for yourself. Good fortune, abundance, and prosperity are flowing into your life now. Open your arms to receive. We have that card. Falling Death. I feel like, Leo, how do I say? You're already on track to transform. It's just a matter of whether you're going to catch yourself in this transformative period or let yourself fall. I don't know what that means for all of you, but that's the best way I can describe the energy I'm picking up on. I'm going to pull one more card from this deck, and then I'm going to go into an extended. In the extended reading, we go a layer deeper into this message, find out what's going on, see what comes up. If you're interested, link is in the description box below. If you're not, if you don't like it, if you're like, what a scam, there's an extended, it's okay, cool. Just trust that you received all the information that you need right here, right now. I say that because when I used to be a viewer of tarot only and not a reader, I used to think that, and I do think some of them are, I will say, I do think some of them are, not all, but some extendeds. I used to be like, yeah, whatever. On the other side, I understand because there's less energies and the messages get different. The sun and the moon, how beautiful. But yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you that. Let's see. You decide, of course. Where did the moon card go? Now the moon card's hiding. What? Did we put it back in? Oh no, it's here. The sun and the moon for Leo. 6 and 7. 13. Okay, let's see what this card says. Light. Be grateful for what you have right now. I feel like with the sun coming out at the end, I feel like a light bulb has gone on in your mind as you've worked through the energy in this reading, okay, which is great. So be grateful for what you have right now. Every day brings new possibilities and opportunities. Concentrate on building your vitality and health. Shine a strong light upon the dark corners. Honesty and transparency are vital at this time. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. And I love you so much. I'll see you next time.